death metal music videos go, this one was pretty sweet. Just very poetic and elegant, but also just really hard hitting and kind of death metal-y like you would expect. But it strikes a nice balance between the two things, and I think a lot of the visuals are really nice and they play into it very well. And musically, it's kind of almost melodic for death metal, which isn't usually one of the key traits in that genre. So I think it all works together really well.
This one has quite interesting shots of imagery during the video. It has very specific and yeah, like you wouldn't necessarily expect to see some of the images they show with this sort of music they are playing. For me, that was a hardcore music. I don't know if that's the type of music, but I thought it was kind of out there and loud, which is kind of a balancing with the images that in most of them they transfer some calmness and nature, organic, and it was a nice balance. I liked
I thought it was gloomy, mysterious, mystical, and mythical.
The moody color scheme, and then those shots of electric glowing blue and the icy landscape were already really stunning. And then you got that contrast near the middle of the more fiery red, glowing color schemes also, and it made this really awesome contrast. And they used a really effective variety of textures throughout the piece too, so you could just focus on the music, which was intense and full and heavy. So it was nice to have the softer textures and the colder landscape.
This was so intriguing to me. Not only, like, so many parts of this were intriguing to me. So first, like, the imagery that they were using, and then, like, some of the first sounds of the song that you hear is, like, for, like, me, at opposite ends of the spectrum, because the music was so intense and so hard, and then the imagery that they were using was so, like, ethereal, and so, like, they're working with mist and fog and clouds, and the way that they cut everything together worked really well for me, because it was like the tiny the snippets of all of these different things, and you're just like flashing through all of them, and then in between, like, you have images like of the band playing and of the other singer like out in the woods, and she looks mystical and beautiful as hell, and it was just like everything heightened for me. It was just like it really did take it to another level. But beyond all of that, like, it was so intriguing, the music itself, because you do have this like much more hard, intense sound, and then you have her who almost sounds like she's like had opera training or something like that, to me at least, and marrying those two together was so intriguing. And I thought that the way that they visually kind of showed everything to us was so well done.
The costumes for this were absolutely fantastic, and the woman in particular had such a gorgeous operatic voice. There was some really, really cool imagery and lighting effects that I think really elevated the story elements of the video. And I also was wondering where the exterior shots were filmed, because the frozen lake was, it was just gorgeous.
A delightful, mystical dream. I liked the song, actually. It was sultry and truly metal. I liked all of the range of voices in the song, too. Made it really dimensional, made it work. The blue lit parts were really cool, cool blue and soothing. The beadwork and the water caught my eye. Actually, the entire video was really eye-catching, and there was a lot going on.
This one is, like, super metal. It's like with everybody like wearing horns and like capes and like open, like pirate shirts from Seinfeld. It's exactly a metal music video done with like more modern special effects, which is cool. Like with all like the the blue lights and like that sort of stuff. It's I feel like it transports you to like the Netherlands, and yeah, I mean it was cool. I liked it. It's not my like ideal type of music or like vibe, but like it felt like it was like very, you know, a concentrated version of that genre.
I want to start by saying that I'm not the target audience for this piece, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting to watch, and I think that that is partly because you incorporated multiple elements and seamlessly cut them together with these rapid and fast cuts, and used blending modes where you would overlay some of the scenes on top of another, and I think that just added to making the piece more dynamic and visually pleasing. I also just really appreciated those fast cuts because it was a longer piece, so I think that really helped keep it interesting, and so I really appreciated that. And just last thing I wanted to mention was that I really liked kind of these dark, cool, icy tones in the piece. I think that really aided to the mood of the song and just gave it a really good vibe. So well done there. And